Alright, welcome back to the magical, sort of dumb, broken rubble that we had to do the four primal bonfires for to gain access to Drain Lake Castle, because this game has a weird campaign structure. I'm here because one of the DLC areas, which are no longer DLC in this version, they're just part of the game of course, is actually within the Shrine of Winter, which I didn't really put that together, but I guess the Shrine of Winter takes you to the winter location for the snowy DLC. I guess that makes sense. This is actually the third of the 3 DLCs that were released chronologically, but there's no actual, as far as I know, there's no reason to play them in a specific order, and I figure we'll do them in increasing difficulty, because this is the DLC that I think had the easiest bosses in it out of the 3, and was overall the lowest hassle one, so I think it's a good starting point. So welcome to the frozen Ilium Lois. Very icy. Nice color contrast around here, isn't there? Oh my god, I'm covered in ice. Well, so much for that color contrast. So, and for the record, I think that the Crown of the Iron King is the hardest of the 3 DLCs. And stats are on my side, because one of those bosses has like a 93% failure rate or something like that, which is like the highest ever from any Souls character boss. I don't know, there was some stat revealed by From Software. No spoilers for now, though, for that. So this is a summoning area. They did something interesting with these DLC areas, which is that you could access each DLC area by going through the shrines, just like I did. And what you could do is you could put your summoning sign down over here, and people inside the actual place could summon you. And you could play through a specific co-op only area of the DLC. And you'd have access to that without even buying it in the first place. But if you have the key, which in that version you could only have by owning the game, you can do this. Dun 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 dun. It's funny, this is interesting for me because I've only played through all these zones once, which means that every single boss in the DLCs I've only beaten once. So I'm kind of in a situation where is it going to be really hard still? Because I think of every DLC, well, almost every DLC boss as just being really hard.
Turn back. The old chaos hungers still.
So I think of all them as hard, but I thought of a lot of the Dark Souls 2 bosses as hard the first time I beat them, because it took me a while in many cases, but then now I'm blazing through. Since I've beaten them like 3 or 4 times now, a lot of them are just super easy. So I can go left, and I can go right. Very snowy, unfortunately. And there's if I light a torch right now, the storm will wipe it out. You can only light torches indoors in this area. You're supposed to go right if you want to proceed. I'm gonna go left instead, and I'm curious. I'm gonna see if I can do this because. So Ava is behind this gate, as they just announced. You're not supposed to be able to deal with Ava at this point in the game. I'm gonna try it, just because I've never tried it before, so we might as well get that on camera. I'm gonna regret this.
Do you miss your king? One without the sign has arrived. Do be merciful, and end things swiftly.
I don't remember hearing any of that dialogue before. I think it only happens when you go in when you're not supposed to. So there's a boss here. Now I won't spoil the surprise, but also I'm really uneasy about this. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey Ava. How you doing? So you're a big scary boss is what you are. Oh, starting things off with your spell, are you? Ow. Well, it makes you a little easier to detect. Ow, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that one. So Ava's invisible. And you have to do specific things to unlock Ava not being invisible anymore, which involves playing the actual area. So, I'm just gonna let those 5,000 or so souls rest there. It's not really much souls at this point in the game anyway. Return to humanity just for the kick of it. So now, there we go. some dialogue I've never seen before, and a specific scenario of what happens if you go that way first. I just didn't go that way by default. In my first scenario, I was like left or right, let's go right. And then I just did a huge level, and then wandered back, and I was like, oh, I guess there was a boss here the whole time. Weird, that's like 5 feet away from where you start. I would have never expected a boss to be that close to the front gate. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Okay, you're a little durable. So in general, the enemies tend to be harder in here, and the bosses tend to be significantly harder in the DLC than they were in much of the other areas. In particular, though, there's just a lot of dickish enemy placement. Although a lot of stuff that seemed dickish at first might be more balanced now with the main game, because really, the core Dark Souls 2 experience became a bit more dickish in its own right, didn't it? So in many ways, this will feel right at home. But from what I've heard, they haven't changed anything. I'm welcoming the game. I'm definitely going to give the chance the game to prove me wrong. If the game is going to prove me wrong, that's cool. But I don't think it's going to. From what I've never heard anything about changes in the DLC yet. So I know now that there's not really a reason to fight these guys. They're just kind of around. Huh. Rude. Ow! Stop having a shield. Stop it. Come on. I'm having an honorable no shield run. You don't get to have shields. Kind of reminds me of in Bloodborne, and the kind of funny thing about that game is that every now and then there is an enemy with a shield, and they're hilarious because you're just like, dude, why do you have a shield? Do you know how this works? You're gonna get your crap pushed in. Is what's gonna happen here. Very white. Kind of puts a fog over the whole screen. Alright, dogs. This is always a concern in every Souls game, is the horde of dogs that they... Ow! They have such fast ranged attacks, they can be really bad problems in every Souls game, really. They're usually not very high damage enemies, but in fighting one at a time is not that big of a deal usually. Motherfucker, I can't get an attack off. As I try to trigger an attack, they just clip me. Son of a bitch. They still chasing me? Yeah, they are. Alright. Are they turning around here, of all places? Yeah, one down. You're really highlighting the slowness of my animation speed. Am I faster one-handing it? Is that the way to go? Maybe. That was awkward. Alright. Little bastards. Yeah, no joke about hordes of dogs. What's tough, though, is whenever you see a dog, maybe this is just me, but in my head, I'm like, I know this. I fought dogs before. I'll just use my strategy from then. And then you realize, oh crap, I'm fighting a dog in a different game. That means it has different speeds and attacks and everything. And I have to relearn how to fight this dog now because I'm used to Bloodborne dog, and they all have different patterns. And you don't realize how reliant you become on being used to those patterns until it's too late. I picked up a winged spear, +7, I believe. I might use that at some point. I am fond of spears. You see there's a lot of ice around here, and it's clearly got stuff behind it. Bit of a hint at the fact that later in the game we'll be dealing with the blizzard and changing the conditions of the level a bit. A lot of the I'd say all three of the DLC areas, the three crown areas, they all involve some level of they all involve an element of backtracking of like, oh, you went through this level, then you did a thing. Now you can play the whole level again, but it's different now. Which is kind of a neat thing to do in a packaged little area. It's also, of course, a way to try to pad out the duration of a game of content that's not that big. Granted, it's still really... By DLC standards, these are huge, really impressive expansions. But they're still smaller than... they're still a little small for when taken on their own. And so to expand them a bit, they have a lot of replay, or backtracking built into the areas themselves. In a way that the main campaign doesn't always have. Gotta be careful about all these spellcasters around here. Ow. Or not careful. I can just do that. Just take it in the face. It's also a great plan. Hey, buddy. I'm behind you, and apparently you can't be backstabbed. Whoops. I guess it's the big, freaky spine stuff you have all over you. Probably can't backstab them because they don't quite have a human-shaped back, so the animation doesn't work, I assume. I'll take a quick look around for items. I'm not going to be as thorough as I sometimes am, just because I know I'm going to be playing through this area again and exploring it to some extent to grab whatever we miss. because there's a number of items in the area that are only available from... Ow! Ow! It's rude. Oh god, we have company. We have company. That's a surprisingly fast attack for the amount of reach it has, isn't it? Oh! Okay. I'm just not doing myself any favors today, am I? Still though, if I'm out of combat, I'm gonna keep blowing life gems in favor of Estus flasks, since those are the more in-combat heal. And I have virtually an unlimited supply of life gems, so there's not a lot of incentive to ever use my Estus flasks. A lot of people see that as a balancing problem in Dark Souls 2, and I'm not going to disagree, but I'm going to use the tools that are at my disposal. That bridge, I believe, is... yeah, it's broken. We have to do something fairly... oh, right. We have to unfreeze this area in order to continue. Because there's a whole... there's a... that weird building has a door on it, but you need to melt the ice in order to have access to that door. The second and third DLCs in particular both have an element of, like, you basically flip a switch and then suddenly... oh! You basically flip a switch and suddenly have access to, all these areas before you didn't have before. Interestingly enough, one of them involves powering a place up, and one of them involves powering a place down, basically. Which is an interesting contrast. I don't think... I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think the Sunken King DLC doesn't really have that. It has environmental manipulation, a little bit of backtracking, but not the explicit thing we're dealing with here. I, of course, need to remind myself what this place is even like. Hey, guys. How's it going? Just want to attract your attention a little bit. Oh! Spellcaster camping in the back. That's always a pleasant sight to have. Oh, there's dogs too. There's also dogs. Okay. This is definitely a lure them out type encounter. Because you don't want to be surprised by a dog in the middle of a fight. That will ruin your day. Alright, 2 down. Down. Alright, number 2. Come on. Night number 2. Whoa! The weapon had a mind of its own. Didn't want to be a part of any of this anymore. Hey, friend. How's it going? Oh, he almost got me. Hang on a second. I'm wearing headphones backwards again because I don't know how to put them on, apparently. There we go. We'll go the other way first. I think that's actually forward. I think this is side content. And side's always the priority because that means it's missable. I'm really bad about putting my headphones on backwards all the time. To be fair, they actually feel more comfortable backwards than forward. They're just earbuds. There's something weird about the shape where it feels more comfortable when it's not forward for some reason, so I default to that too often. Doesn't matter when I'm watching stuff on YouTube where it's practically always in mono anyway, or it doesn't matter. But man, when you're using it to situationally tell what direction an enemy is in, and you're hearing them come out of the wall, you're like, wait a minute, they can't be there. And it's really mind-blowing. It's a really freaky experience playing Bloodborne in particular, and not being able to tell what direction a sound is coming from. I am just breezing through this area. Wow. It doesn't. I don't think it's changed, so that's crazy. Like how much I really sucked at this game the first time I went through here, I guess. Because back then, uh-oh, shit. I forgot about you, and apparently the invincibility frame totally helped me out there, so I'm okay with that, I guess. All right. I remember struggling a lot with this area, although, granted, playing a Souls game blind and playing it just even one time after that is a huge difference just because of all the knowledge you have. So obviously we can't open any of these chests till we unfreeze the area, which is something we'll get to later. We can hop down from here. Don't remember where it takes me. Screw it, let's just do it. What could go wrong, right? No items around here besides the one down there. This seems safe. I'm really bad at... I have to sort of reorient myself while I play this because the Ivory King, which is what we're playing right now, and Old Iron King get stuck into my head a lot because Iron King's covered in ash and Ivory King's covered in snow, so everything's white in a lot of both of them. We just got Dark Clutch Ring, which I believe is bonus, yeah. Increases your dark attack. But I think it also makes you, yeah, reduces physical defense. So if you're a, this is handy if you're a hexer, for example, because you'll have, I believe, oh wait. We have to confirm this. It might be, we might have to confirm, the clutch rings might only be physical attacks. Like bonus damage on physical attacks. That's worth checking a wiki for before taking my word for it. I think it might not affect magic spells necessarily. But either way, a Hexer will probably have a weapon imbued with darkness, so it scales with their stats. So that still is applicable to some extent. But yeah, having like it gives you bonus dark damage, but reduces your defense, so you're more likely to take more damage. As my cleric, I spent my fair share of time. Hello, friend. Looking for stuff. Nothing around here. As a cleric, I spent a fair share of time using the lightning clutch ring, which is pretty self-explanatory at this point. But as a faith character, that's the stat that scales with you. I completely blew that. That was just useless. I should probably try doing new tactics like evading attacks and not getting hit in the face. Hey, friend. I'm just waiting for these girls to escape and wake up and attack me, but that's just not a thing that's gonna happen. For now. I mean, obviously, you want to check out things that change second time through. All the frozen stuff's gone, and they're not friendly. Number of things happen. I think there's a bonfire nearby. Oh, right, but it's down there. So it's first bonfire of the DLC, but it's after a point of no return, so you have to really make sure you want to proceed before you go down there. Hoop. Hello, surprise. Almost regular ass hollow just hanging out in the middle of this area full of super enemies. We have a cave. I think this cave has a special helm. Is this where I get the bell helm? Could be. I could also have a terrible memory. These are both valid and not mutually exclusive. Hello, friend. Oh, right, you're the one with the club. It's time to know about your invincibility frames for that one. Oh, God. That almost went badly for me. But as long as I get the hidden, we're good. Yeah, I think I get the bell item here. Let's just try to do some damage here. Wow, okay, so this rapier's breaking already. You really get a feel for just how much bonus damage you get from counterattacks. Because when there's the old bell helm. This is a silly weapon. This is a really silly item. Where are you? Ultimate helm. Steel helm. That looks familiar. Is that the helm of the guy that helps you in Demon Souls? I don't know. Old bell helm. It actually has worse stats in every way for my current piece of equipment. Helm forged from an ancient bell appears to be a mere curiosity, but is in fact quite practical. The top of the helm provides significant defense, but only the top of the helm. It is literally a bell on your head. It's it's significantly heavier than my current helm and has worse stats in every possible way. Go figure. Be more inclined to put something on like this that just looks kind of neat. It's kind of neato. I'm a skeleton man. There's a lot of expression in some of these helms. For example, if you don't like having a face, you don't want anyone to ever see your face. That's actually that's actually a neat look right there. I might run around like that for a little while. I look like some kind of a Sith. Not that I didn't necessarily not look like one before. It's also kind of a Bloodborne thing, isn't it? Yeah. In my my axe using character had a similar setup, because in Bloodborne, you're all fast, dodgy characters, no exceptions really, or not a lot of exceptions. The game just flat out doesn't have heavy armor. Not the metal armor that I wear in this game, or you can wear in this game. So that means that you have to wear all cloth or leather and various kinds of things like that. But interestingly, let's see. I have to light all these torches to proceed. And you can't light the torches until the fire's gone. I mean, the storm is gone, because right now if I light a torch, it just instantly falls out in the storm. So that is content you have to access later, even though it's not currently frozen. Alright, let's go ahead and access that ladder. Nothing else around here? Yep. Anyone attacking me? I guess it won't matter, I just lit a bonfire. Way to go, me! Okay, so... everyone looks friendly. Big open area. This ranks pretty high on the list of areas that are gonna be way harder later than they are right now, because you already can see like, oh, a couple little ice guys, weird. And look how many ambushy women are up there just waiting for their moment to strike. They're too cold though. They're chilled right down to the bones because they don't wear fucking clothes like normal people. So it's not working out great for them. I'm already getting the feeling that I'm gonna be happy I brought that repair powder around. Because yeah, I'm pretty happy with the fact that I have repair powder, because these items are breaking down pretty quickly. Should I switch to stone ring? Let's see, damage. Health, stamina, equipment load, but easily broken. I might actually swap this out for the stone ring. I have that, don't I? Yeah. Additional reduction of enemy poise. We'll see if that leads to an effective difference. So that at this moment, someone's probably like, "Why didn't you wear that the whole fucking game, asshole?" If you're gonna wear it now. But obviously, I've had some issues where it would have been handy to have enemies stagger when I hit them. Oh, there we go. That guy seemed to stagger on the second hit, where the previous one staggered on the third hit. If I can stagger people more quickly, that means I can get my flurry of blows in more easily, without any immediate problems. Nothing here. But yeah, just imagine this area having twice as many enemies, because that's pretty more or less what happens when you add all the maidens in to cause problems. You gonna notice me, buddy? Notice me, senpai! Wow, I actually can... 2 attacks in a row can interrupt his attempt to even cast his weird weapon attack. That certainly improves things for me. Not here? There's no secret here? How could there not be a secret here? It has to be a secret. There's no way it's not a secret. What's my other weapon? I don't have another weapon equipped at all. Alright, Curved Dragon Greatsword. Let's play with that. Let's have some fun. Especially because it has some fun attacks. The slowness could be a problem though, but damage is nice and high. Hey friend! How you doing? Oh no. See, that's just rude. That's just not a polite thing to do. Ka-cham! That was ineffective. Okay. Holy crap. This is a heavy weapon. Oh. So I may have made a mistake in that I didn't mean to necessarily use that one. I forgot to account for equip load. Yep. This is an incredibly heavy sword, which causes me some problems. Should I just go naked? Well, I want those gloves on. Also, wow, 54, wow. I want the engraved gloves, because those ones give me bonus crit. Is there even one piece of equipment I can put on without becoming over 70? Wow, even the Lion Mage would put me over 70. That's frustrating. Okay. Maybe we'll swap Chloranthy Ring. The bonus damage is good. Counterattack, Let's get that Dragon Ring on for bonus equip. See, I think Mannequin is like one of the lowest... It's one of the lowest equip load sets you can wear. There we go. There's my fast roll back. There's the downside of having these big weapons, is that if your character's not built for them, you can't really operate properly. Although if you're using a big enough weapon, you might not be focusing on rolling anyway. Ambush your head, be wary of right. I'm trying to open it. Oh, is there a thing? There it is. So you have to be careful with this weapon, because if you use its R2, it does a ranged attack, but that ranged attack, unfortunately, does... Oh yeah, there's guys in this window, huh? Hey friend, I see you now. You gonna shoot me at all? He's not very reactive so far, is he? Oh well. Oh, did he just start shooting at me right when I walked away? Hello. So that over there, I believe, is the, uh-oh. I believe that's the optional co-op area? And I'm pretty sure you can't even access it until later on. I think I need to oh shit. Forgot about that attack, didn't I? Definitely feeling that reduction of enemy poise right there. Oh, that fucker Estes. Well, I'm gonna do that too then. Oh crap. Rude. Roll! Wow, this is some slow attack speed. And that's some devastating attack. So I did the right trigger, which damages my weapon when it does it, but it does an AoE, and it basically one-shot him. And I can't open this? Yeah, I can't open this yet. I thought I'd run around with this just because, this is a dex character, remember? This weapon has S dex scaling. Very high strength requirement, but actually it actually scales with a dex. So the more dex I pile on, the more effective the weapon becomes. And I got dex for days, so it turns out it works out for me. And it's an interesting opportunity to have a very different attack style in the middle of this playthrough where I only use rapiers mostly. Oh, that was almost a problem. It's interesting trying to use such a slow weapon though, of course. I'm probably going to want to invest some points into increasing my equip load so I can use it properly. So here's an obvious clue. So I'm going to come back here, when this is all unfrozen, there's going to be a bunch of chests here. And this one's going to be here too, as a chest. And clearly it's a mimic, so nice little spoiler alert for the future. If you see that guy when he's in his very obvious mimic state, you can be like, huh, I don't think I trust this chest. And then you win all the awards. Hey buddy, you want to take a seat? Want to take a seat? And my sword's about to break already. Way to go, sword. Alright, well that was a fun little experiment, but I don't really feel like blowing all my, I don't really feel like blowing all of my equipment on, blowing a, repair powder right now. Just pile on some equipment here. Oh, the pointy hat. Oh, can I wear the lawn set? Cause that'd be funny. I can wear most of it. Yeah. Can't wear the pants because that'd put me over probably. Can I switch to judgment for better color scheme? Nope. Kale. Come on, I'm trying to do the fashion souls. It's so real right now. There we go. That's what the Elan Knight looks like. Unfortunately, a lot of the items that go well with it put me well over the load. Heavy boots? I'll take it. I will take it. Hey friend, you gonna notice me at all? Notice me. I'm a ninja I'm a crazy ninja samurai. Oh, something bad happens here. I remember that. What is it? I think there's invisible enemies here. Let's be careful. Very careful. And by careful, I mean let's sprint head first through it. Maybe activate some of these things. Oh, there he is. There you are. Oh. You're being highly rude right now. Where are you at? Where are you? Ow. Where are you? Really? You're that invisible? Because I can't see shit right now. That's a little frustrating. Oh, there you are. Where are you at? Did I kill him? That sounds like I killed him, but I can't tell. What the fuck? I forgot how absurd these guys were. You really just can't see them around. Large soul everybody warrior. Oh, it's pointing in this direction? I thought it was pointing the other direction. So this is a trap. Well, at least I know where he is. Oh, I see him right there. Just gonna stab away. Yep, that's the sound of him dying. Wow, this is actually way easier with headphones. And I can't use this, right? Because it's frozen? Yeah. It probably opens the door next to it or something. Interesting. Since I'm wearing headphones... See, the first time I played this area, when I played through most of these areas, I couldn't hear properly. Because my normal setup is basically just quiet television while playing games, because that's just how recording tends to go. You don't want to get it picked up with the microphone. But now I have a proper headset set up for it, and now I can hear everything. The really specific details of like, oh yeah, I'm hitting someone right now, are really clear. Those characters might stop being invisible the moment I get rid of the storm, which I don't actually remember how to do, but I assume it's just going to come up as I move forward. So I'm not too concerned about that. Hey guy. Hey everybody. Oh, you're the guy I saw earlier. Oop. How did I not get hit by that? Some interesting hitboxing right there. Hey friend. Just gonna try to stagger you real quick. Oh, he's alive. I was really hoping he'd not be alive anymore. Humor me, buddy. Is there a ladder over there? There's not. I'm trying to remember, because I remember there being a weird around the corner ladder. It's probably over here. Down there's a doorway, so it's probably up here. And around the corner, I think there's a ladder, which I missed at first the first time around. I also need to backtrack in a moment. Is that ladder? There it is. That's what it is. That's why I missed it the first time. It's an invisible ladder.